Today for New Music Monday, we're gonna look at the brand new record from Bruce Springsteen, and it's called High Hopes. So here's the thing, when I'm writing my notes for my reviews, if I find myself going really heavily in one direction or the other on a bigger artist, I tend after the fact to go and read other people's reviews just to make sure I didn't miss something really big, or that I just got some part of the album completely wrong either way. This actually happened with High Hopes, because apparently a majority of the critics in the US were listening to a completely different album than I was. Because even after listening to this record more than 20 times, I still feel exactly the same, and it's pretty much the opposite of everything else I've been reading. That being said, Tom Morello's presence on this album is almost instantly obvious from the first note, as it almost sounds like the opening of U2's Achtung Baby record, or maybe just a loose Rage Against the Machine jam. I know those two shouldn't be said in the same sentence, but if you hear it, you'll understand. The opening track does have a nice energy to it, but at the same time, it's a little bit repetitive. It's not a very good opening track, but it might fit well in the middle of an album. This quickly becomes a very serious issue, as the opening quartet of songs are not where they should be on this record track order wise. There's just nothing there to set a pace or really pull you into the album or set a mood at all. These songs, if they were going to be on this record, should have been in the middle. The album gets no momentum at the beginning, and that's really bad for a record. You have these odd moments, like at the beginning of the song Harry's Place, where it's almost this 80s cheese rock sound, and it just goes nowhere. It's clear that Bruce and the band are trying to go for something, I'm just not really sure where they were trying to get. These songs just don't have any punch to them. It's like they're mostly stuck in a time warp, and not in that cool retro sound way. It's this simple, you just have to survive the first 4 tracks. If they were elsewhere on the album, they might be passable. But in the order they are now, it offers this odd, unrepresentative feel for the overall record. When you get to the song Just Like Firewood, you finally feel like Bruce is really getting where he's supposed to be. It's the right sound at the right time. And the song Down in a Hole has that classic, fantastic Springsteen feel. And the second that Frankie Fell in Love starts, you know that this is going to be a favorite for all Springsteen fans. Sadly, however, that's really all this record has to offer. 3 pretty good but not great tracks. The re-recording of The Ghost of Tom Joad is a fun little guitar rocker, and it gives an interesting new angle, but it's really Springsteen and Tom Morello just showing off, and I'll take the 95 version any day. The production here is solid, and obviously these are some of the most talented musicians on the planet. There's no arguing that. But energy-wise, I can't say it enough. There's just no punch here, nothing for you to latch onto. Overall, these songs are just flat. But when you really think about the last few records Bruce Springsteen has put out, it's really not all that surprising. They just don't come together quite like they should for one reason or another, and you end up being overall disappointed, and for me, that's been the case for Springsteen for just about a decade now. The album isn't completely terrible, but the title might be perfect in terms of how it fails to live up to the names involved. And I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but on the Buy It or Borrow It, High Hopes is a binnet. There's 1, maybe 2 songs that you should listen to. But the rest of the album is just bland, and that's a term I never thought I would associate with Bruce Springsteen. But the truth is the truth. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you dug it. If you did, go ahead and click subscribe, leave a comment, click like, whatever you want to do. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook right here, and I'll see you guys again next time.